Peace. I'm back. This is my horror movie collection part 2. Alright, first movie of the day, well, second, or you know what I mean, is Just Before Dawn. This was released in 1981. The thing about this film, it's your typical backwards slasher film, but the thing with this film is that it doesn't have as much gore as your typical backwards slasher. It concentrates more on suspense and and stuff like that. And it does a great job on it, and it has a nice twist to it. You know what I mean? It has Greg Henry, George Kennedy, God rest his soul, Chris Lemmon, who's the late Jack Lemmon's son. It's directed by the director of Squirm, which I haven't seen, but I heard good things about it. What's cool about this is a double disc double disc movie, and it shows like the making of the movie and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. You must have in your collection. And if you have a stereo system, like a surround sound system, it would sound beautiful. The sound is so crisp, so you must have in your collection. This is the 2006 edition, the Shriek Show edition. Then you got Bloody Birthday, released in 1981. This movie is interesting. It has some nice kills. What it's about is like 3 kids that was born during a total eclipse, and they're controlled by the planet Saturn. And when they had the total eclipse, anytime they have the total eclipse, when the sun and the moon is blocking Saturn, it tends for them to have emotions, and that emotion is violent. They have violent emotions, and then becoming killers and shit like that. It's a pretty dope film. Must have. If you like just like Children of the Corn, like movies like that, things of that nature, like killer kids, so to speak, must have in your collection. Bloody Birthday, released in 1981. Then we have Slumber Party Massacre Part 2, which I already said I had in in the Slumber Party Massacre edition collection. Like this, I actually bought this before the Slumber Party Massacre collection. This is a loose copy. I'm gonna keep it. Just because it's rare. You know what I mean? As I told you before, here's the Elvis looking dude. That's the killer, and it's kind of cheesy, but here it is. 1980. That was released in 1986, by the way. Then we have When a Stranger Calls. Carol Kane, as you see her right here. As you can see, you should know her from Ghostbusters fame. Excuse me. Just to tell you like this, the first 22 minutes of the film is good, but then the rest of the film makes no sense. It just becomes a different type of movies. Like, it doesn't feel like the same movie. You feel like you're watching a different movie. Like, feel like a detective movie or some shit like that. You know what I mean? It's just weird, but must have in your collection. How should I say this? The remake is okay too. It's obviously not as good, but I would rather watch the remake than this, in my opinion. This could have been a little bit better. Just, on the strength of the direction that it took. Then we got Hellraiser II. This is, this is actually my favorite one in the whole Hellraiser series. I like the first 3, which I don't have in my collection. Only have the first one and the second one. But this is actually my favorite one. Part 4, to me, that's when it became Part 4. When it started from Part 4, that's when it started like dying down and shit like that. And Part 4 was like it was the last Hellraiser to actually be in theaters. And then the rest were like all direct-to-video type of deal, But definitely a classic film. This is actually my favorite one. All right. Got Prom Night, released in 1980. This movie's about a bunch of kids playing in an abandoned school. yeah, an abandoned school house or whatever, and there's kind of they're playing like hide and seek and stuff like that, but it's a game to play called The Killer Is Coming or whatever, and to make a long story short, they found a girl or whatever, they took the game a little bit too far, made her really scared, they were all ganging up on her and stuff like that, and then like she fell out the window and she died and stuff like that, and then and then stuff like that, and like you see a little boy, saw the whole thing happening, and it's kind of like a revenge film and that sort of thing, you know what I mean? So must have in your collection. By the way, do not under no circumstances buy the remake. The remake sucks ass. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't watch it, wait. It comes on cable every once in a while, so catch it from there. You'll save your money from there. I seen part 2. When I first seen it, I didn't really like it. I'm gonna watch it again, but if I find it, I'm definitely gonna buy it. I rented it a couple years ago. I really didn't like it, but I'm gonna give it a chance again. It's actually underrated in my opinion, but it's a good film. But getting back to the first Prom Night, I like it. I just wish they have it on Blu-ray, because reason being is because this Prom Night that I have, all the Prom Nights that's released on DVD, at least, the lighting is not as good. It's too dark. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't do the film justice. You know what I mean? So I hope they get together and re-release it on Blu-ray and then with better lighting, and you'll definitely enjoy the film. A lot of people don't like the film, but I like it. It's pretty dope. Definitely very overlooked. We have Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse, released in 1981. Let me back up a little bit. Yeah, this is a good film too. Dope slasher film. Nothing to it. Just the typical, the teens or college students going to a carnival, but the people that runs a carnival, there's evil people and shit like that, and then there's a clown that's dressed up, as a clown, as you see here, but he's deformed, you know what I mean? Like he looks nasty and stuff like that. Definitely one of Tobe Hooper's overlooked films, because people know Tobe Hooper for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, you know what I mean? But if you're a Tobe Hooper fan, you must have this in your collection, The Funhouse. They should release this on Blu-ray also. And we got My Bloody Valentine. This gets a little dusty. Very dope slasher. Yeah, it's a dope film, man. It's a dope film. I love it. You know what I mean? This is the bare bones edition, by the way. They just re-released it when it came out, this remake, which I didn't see, and I did not hear good things about it. But I still want to see it though. I don't know if I'll pick it out. I'll just wait till it hits cable or whatever. But this has some dope scenes. This was considered video nasty, but they re-released it when they came out with the remake, and all the deleted scenes are restored in the remake, not in the remake, but in the re-release version. So I'll definitely be getting my hands on that. Excuse me, that was my phone. If you heard that, I apologize for that. And we got the first Halloween. You guys know the deal with this. This is a classic. This is a must-have in your collection. I heard on Blu-ray it looks pretty nice. Definitely. Halloween 2. This is actually my favorite out of the whole series. The first two, actually. I really like this one. This is when obviously a continuation of the first one. It's when Jamie Lee Curtis is sent to the hospital and stuff like that. I love the score in this film. Even though John Carpenter, he didn't direct the film, but it was directed by Tommy Lee Wallace, if I'm not mistaken. No, Rick Rosenthal, excuse me. That was actually his first film, but it felt like a John Carpenter film. But this is a must-have collection. They actually re-released this on Blu-ray, so I'm definitely gonna be buying that. When I get my PS3, hopefully by Christmas, hopefully I should be able to get it. Halloween 2, released in 1981. Then we got Halloween 3. I like to call this the bastard of all Halloween movies. But I actually like it, you know what I mean? A lot of people give this movie shit because of the fact that you know, Michael Myers is not in the film and stuff like that. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, a lot of people like to give shit about this movie because of the fact that Michael Myers isn't in the movie. But what people gotta understand is that, you know, in part 2, Michael Myers and Dr. Loomis burned in the hospital in the end of part 2. You understand? So it doesn't make sense just to bring them back. It would be mad retarded. You know what I mean? It would be like, you know, because remember, you know, Michael Myers is like, I guess, you know, half human. You know, he's human in a way. But I feel like if people just give it a chance and just check this movie out again, you know what I mean? This is a good movie. I love the score in this film. Definitely original, you know, definitely, you know, it has like more of a mad scientist feel to it, you know what I mean? You know, killer mask pretty much, you know, you put on the mask and all hell's break loose, you know, like your face starts melting and all that crazy shit, you know what I mean? It's dope film. Definitely one of his John Carpenter's most underrated films in my opinion. Must have in your collection. Give it a chance. We got Halloween 4. I like this one too. I feel like this is overlooked too, in my opinion. This is a continuation of part 2. You know, when he's in the hospital, they find Michael Myers, and then he escapes from the thing. And this time, like, Jamie Lee Curtis is not in the film anymore. He's looking for his daughter, Jamie Strode. You know, from her adopted parents and stuff like that. And you know, it's dope. It's a dope film. Must have in collection. Love the cinematography and the score in this film too. And we got part 5. This to me, this is actually the first Halloween movie that I ever bought. And I used to have this on VHS back in the day. Like, I bought it back in like 98 when Halloween H2O. When I seen the commercial for Halloween H2O, like, I wanted to see that movie so bad, so I ended up buying Halloween 5. And I feel like this is definitely the most underrated out of the whole series, besides part 3. A lot of people give shit to it, you know what I mean? Because, you know, the plot is kind of weak, you know, like, this is when you see, Jamie, she's more, she's catatonic, to so to speak, you know, and all of a sudden she knows Michael Myers' every move and stuff like that, you know. She be hyperventilating and stuff like that, you know. A lot of people don't really like this film, but I really like it. I like the cinematography, like I said again, and I also like the score too. It's a dope score. Must have in your collection. And that's the only Halloween movies I own. I don't like to me, after part 6, no, after part 5, that's when the Halloween series started falling off. Got the first Hellraiser, you know, it's a classic, a must have in your collection, you know, classic film right here. Got the first Children of the Corn. This is a bare bones edition, you know what I mean? They have this on Blu-ray, so I'm definitely gonna buy the Blu-ray. Driller Killer by Abel Ferrara. It's an okay movie. The Driller Killer. This is bare bones edition, by the way. By today's standards, it's really slow. You know, it starts off really slow, but afterwards, you know, it's like one of those movies. Like in the beginning and in the middle, it starts off really slow. It's really slow paced, but then after a while, it gets good. After a while, The Driller Killer, released in 1979. It was directed by Abel Ferrara, same guy that did King of New York. Must have in your collection. Excuse me, my knees. Much better. next movie is Black Christmas. This is a very good movie. It was directed by Bob Clark. For those who know about Bob Clark, you guys should know him from A Christmas Story and movies like that. This movie's about I guess a serial killer, if you want to say it like that. Stalks he stalks a sorority house, you know what I mean? And then like it has like a Halloween feel to it. It's really like the suspense is really it's a creepy movie. It's like really scary, you know what I mean? It has like the Halloween feel to it, you know. It's really good for its time. It's released in 1974. It's not very gory, but what makes the movie good is the suspense and the music too. It's really creepy and it's dark, you know what I mean? The remake is okay. I mean, it's obviously more gory than than this one, but and they actually have this on Blu-ray. But from what I've heard, if you have the special edition of this one, the Blu-ray is not as good. You know, it's just a little bit. It's a little tad better than the DVD version, but not that much. So I would hold on to that one. You know, unless if you don't have the Blu-ray DVD or if you don't have any of them, and you have a Blu-ray DVD, you know, I would pick this. I would pick up the Blu-ray, but you know, I would just hold on to that if you have the DVD version already. Black Christmas, released in 1974. Then we got Suspiria. This is a classic, must have in your collection. This movie's about a girl, a woman or lady, whatever, who is a ballet student, and she gets sent to Germany, but what she doesn't know is that the school that she gets sent to in Germany is controlled by a coven of witches, which consists of 3 witches, which they call themselves the 3 mothers. And then like, you know, it's such a dope movie, man. And it's like you know, and the 3 mothers, the story behind the 3 mothers is that they try to control, like, you know, the whole world and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's such a dope movie. The score is beautiful. You know, it's by the psychedelic rock group or horror or goth group, Goblins and stuff like that. Definitely a must-have in your collection. This is actually the first installment of the 3 Mothers films, which can include the movies of Suspiria, Inferno, which I do have which I will review next. Yeah, Suspiria, Inferno, and The Mother of Tears. That's the 3 Mothers, which I don't have in my collection. Must have in your collection. Then we got Inferno. This is released in 1980. This is a continuation of Suspiria. You know, like I said before, from Suspiria, the girl that went to the ballet school in Germany, in Germany, ends up missing. So the brother of that girl goes out looking for the girl and stuff like that, and that's just like a continuation. And then like from Suspiria, you know, you get to learn a little bit more about the 3 mothers, and so with this one too, you get to know more about the 3 mothers and stuff like that, you know. It's crazy too because the apartment that the brother is staying at, it's also controlled by the witches too. So, you know, they're on some, like, you know, to control the world type shit. This is actually one of Dario Argento's most underrated films, in my opinion. Doesn't really get a lot of recognition. A lot of people don't like the film, and reasons being is because of the fact that you know, one of the reasons is because, like, you know, obviously the thing with a lot of Dario Argento films is that a lot of his movies are very slow paced. You understand? Like, it's not, you know, it's not like a typical slasher film. Like, every 15 minutes there's a kill. You know what I mean? It's actually slow paced, and a lot of these movies are like that. And you have to really pay attention to his films because, you know, if you have a short attention span, then you're gonna lose sight of the movie. You're not gonna really understand the film, so you gotta like, really watch it. But you know, this is definitely an underrated film. But if you're a completist, a Dark Angels of completist, you must have this in your film. The film score is dope too. I like it too. It's by Keith Emerson of Emerson, Palmer and Lake, and also yeah, of of Emerson, Palmer and Lake fame. For all my progressive rock fans should know about that. This is actually Dario Argento himself didn't like this film. It was his least favorite, but I feel like you should have this in your film collection. Definitely underrated. Inferno, 1980. Last House on the Left. Wes Craven's first film, I should say. This is a good movie. Everybody knows about this. This is the original, the original 1972. By the way, rest in peace, David Hess, the villain that's in the film. You know, pretty much there's nothing to it. You know, it's just like these college student type girls. You know, and they go out. You know, just try to have fun. They meet these badasses and stuff like that, and these badasses just rape them and shit like that, and then torture them and all that shit. And what's crazy about this film, from what I researched before doing this, is that there was a lot of deleted scenes. Obviously, it was considered a video nasty, which I don't know how true it is, but based on what I looked up, there's scenes that like there was a lesbian rape scene, like where like the killers forced the friends to eat each other out and stuff like crazy shit like that. You know what I mean? Like some weird crazy shit. You know, and from what I heard, they might have it on there's deleted scenes of those on the Blu-ray edition. I don't know how true that is. You guys let me know on what's the deal with that, because I definitely want to check that out. You know, but this is a must-have in your collection. Directed by Wes Craven. This is before obviously Nightmare on Elm Street. Must-have in your collection. Then you got Mother's Day, released in 1980. Oh, sorry. Mother's Day, released in 1980. Nothing to it. To make it simple, think Psycho, you know, with Norman Bates, but with two boys that's like slow pretty much, and then your typical backwards slashers. Put that with your typical backwards slashers mixed with Psycho, and you have Mother's Day. This is a must-have in your collection. This is a pretty good movie. This movie's actually out of print. I looked it up too. I was lucky to buy this. I got this a couple years ago, but this is a dope film. The score is beautiful too. It's a trauma film. All my trauma heads, you guys should know about this. Mother's Day, 1980. Okay. Then we got the Prowler, aka we got Rosemary's Killer, excuse me, aka the Prowler. This movie is good. You know, dope effects, dope special effects by Tom Savini. You guys should know about Tom Savini of Friday the 13th fame, you know, stuff like that. This movie's about is directed by Joseph Zito. Joseph Zito, you know, you guys should know him from the Friday the 13th final chapter that came out in 1984. Actually one of my favorite Friday the 13th. But pretty much it's about it takes place in 1940s, like 1945 or whatever. And there was a scene where these two I guess college students, you had one Marine that just came back from World War II. You know, they start making out and stuff like that. They start hearing noises and stuff like that. And you know, the killer, as you see here, kills both of them, you know, while they're at it. So fast forward 35 years from now, you know, the anniversary of that year, whatever, you know, they're having a ballroom dance and stuff like that. But then, you know, people one by one start missing. And it's a dope movie. It's a good movie. They actually have this on Blu-ray. This is a must-have in your collection. It's a pretty dope film. 1981. Very overlooked. it's a little slow pace, but you know, the suspense is good. You know, nice score to it too. It's a must have in your collection. Then we have Silent Hill, Deadly Night, and Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. It's about a kid named Ricky and Billy, who are in an orphanage or whatnot, and obviously, in the orphanage they get treated like shit and stuff like that. And 10 years later, Ricky grows up, and he ends up becoming like, because he's been tormented so much, all that anger that he has towards the school, like he goes out and he starts on a killer rampage and stuff like that. Ain't nothing to it. It's a dope film. I like it. Part 2, same scenario, except Billy, the younger one, Ricky's younger brother, follows Ricky's footsteps and stuff like that. Nothing to it. I haven't seen Part 3, but I heard Part 3 sucks. But I'm gonna check that one out. See how that goes. But this is a must-have in your collection. Unhinged. I haven't seen this movie in a while. Yeah. Based on what it's saying, is like 3 women that crashed their car, had got in a car accident. Mysteriously they crashed their car, and then like they get into this house, like abandoned house and stuff like that, and like that's when they end up getting killed and stuff like that. I don't know too much about it. I should have read up on it, but Unhinged, I believe this was released in 1982. So must have in your collection. This was considered video nasty. It says the original uncensored version. Might check this out one day. But that's it for now. I'm almost done, so stay tuned for part 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.